What's up, bro?
It's good, man.
How's it going?
Chilling. Another week, another dollar.
Yeah,
Man,
man.
how we do around here?
How was your week, man?
It was straight. Got a lot of work done this week. Moving closer and closer towards bigger and better things for 2019.
Yes, sir.
Coming up to the end of January. January went by fast as hell.
Facts.
Yeah, so it was just 2018 last month. So,
Man,
what you been up to this week?
just adjusting, man. Like, my schedule's so crazy. Like, it's like I go to work, I got homework, and I'm in the bed. Like, I feel like a old ass man.
Facts, to be like that. That's how life be, man. That's what we signed up for, though. Like,
True.
like you gotta sprinkle in some excitement here and there. I know our significant others do that, but
Yeah.
stuff get redundant after a while, though. You know what I'm saying? So
My weekend is just gonna have to be amazing.
yeah,
Moving forward, like they got to.
got to.
Because during the week, I'd be like,
You can't get nothing accomplished.
you can't do nothing. I be dialed in. Like, it's work, then work, and then like after that is Baytime.
Yeah, I know exactly, and
So-
even some more work.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
it be like that sometimes. So
We gonna it's gonna be good. We got the game like tonight, so we should,
it should be straight. Yeah, we got a lot of topics on hand today.
Yeah.
Last podcast was amazing.
It was amazing.
Got a lot of positive feedback.
A lot of great feedback, and it was from females just saying that they wish more men could like express
Yeah,
and talk about what they learned. You know.
certain. Like I said, because that's I think what society lacks is that lack of understanding and lack of communication. What each sex wants. You know what I'm saying? Just to get a better, more honest and clear understanding.
Yeah. It was no filter,
Just us being us.
yeah, and no. It just showed a lot of growth.
Right.
Honestly.
I know, within ourselves.
Yeah.
Cause
Boy.
yeah, we was some jackasses growing up, but still, like,
Hey, you live and you learn.
you live and you learn. You're right. And we look forward to. We got a lot of future female guests
Yep.
on tap, on hand. Got a lot of, as well, talented. Like I said, Juwan and I have a lot of talented connections out there.
Yep.
Multiple friends involved in multiple entities that's going to be on the show in these coming weeks. So we got a big 2019 for us.
Yeah, it's gonna be
And
that
the PK
year.
and the PK Power Hour, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we wanted to talk to you guys about just dealing with regret in life today.
Man,
Man.
That's tough, man. That regret eats you up on the inside.
It do,
It eats you up because you feel like, dang, this could have happened if I did it
right?
a certain way. Why didn't I do it?
Right?
And now it's too late. You know, you don't never want to live with, dang, what if?
What
Like,
if?
What if is the worst feeling?
Right.
Especially when you know you could have changed it.
Exactly. And channeling that, and you can take it one way or another. You can channel that regret and put it towards, giving your all in the next thing.
Yeah.
Or you can live with that regret and let that stuff
Eat
you
you
up
on the inside.
on the inside, and you don't want
It
that to do
do.
that.
It usually do, but like the people that grow, they learn from it. Like,
Exactly, 100%.
For instance, like when I was in college, I always had like this crush, like my first year, but I never ever like
Acted on it.
I didn't express myself or nothing.
Right.
But we was cool. She was super dope. Like she was everything that I felt like I needed at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't. My pride and
Yeah.
the fear of rejection didn't allow me to like
Exactly.
do it. And I kind of regretted it. But everything works out for a reason.
Exactly. Same thing with myself. Just channeling that regret and turning it into something positive. Like I know I tell you, I've told you this quite a few times. I didn't go to prom
Mm-hmm.
in high school because I was too scared and too nervous to ask anybody, and I didn't want to be rejected or
And that fear of rejection is something else, man.
Yeah, I know. We'll get to that later. But I was just too scared to ask anybody, and I enjoyed my personal time, but it would probably been nice to enjoy prom like everybody else enjoyed
Like everybody
prom.
else, yeah.
Yeah, because that's like one of the most important things in
In high school, yeah, because it's like a rite of passage, really.
Right, exactly.
Like, this is you going to adulthood.
Right, exactly,
like, you're an adult now.
exactly. And I use that regret and I channeled it into something positive. Just understanding the concept of rejection, and as well, just being able to approach things with not of having that fear and just not thinking, just do. Sometimes you gotta do.
Yeah, sometimes you can't allow your thoughts to like control your action.
Right, exactly.
Because a lot of times we hold ourselves back.
Right.
From doing what we know is like, it's there. The reason you think about it so much is because it's been put on your heart to do it. So just do it.
Facts.
In the famous words of Nike, just do it.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Do you think when you look back on your life,
mm-hmm.
and with regret, it's such an interesting thing because you see it with parents sometimes projecting their regret on their children as well. How do you go back and as well with relationships? A lot of people have regrets with not being with such and such.
Right.
Or if I was with such and such, I wouldn't have to deal or have been through all this
and
turmoil within my life. Yeah. So how do you deal with just regret?
Just dealing with regret?
Yeah.
It's tough. I think I just have to express it, like to someone else.
Yeah.
That's the one way that I deal with it. Just expressing why I didn't do it or what was going on behind the scenes of me and my thought process of not doing it. Like for years, I had a tough relationship with my father, like tough, and I lived with a lot of regret because I was like, dang, I'm just stubborn. But I feel like he's stubborn too. So
that's what you get. That's what you get your stubborn for.
Exactly. I feel like, dang, I'm acting just like him. So it's crazy, but I just learned that you can't like ponder on it. You can't ponder on the past. You just gotta move forward. And that's allowed me to have a better relationship with my father. In terms of relationships, that's a tough one for sure.
Yeah,
that's a tough one for sure because I'm a goofy guy. So if I'm like too like shy or prideful to do something, then it must mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
But I learned to just do it.
Right.
Like if it's a no, it's just a no.
Gotcha.
And it can change. Like the no can change.
True. And I think too, we've all had that one, what if relationship. Like, you don't really, you're dependent upon your current situation, especially too with relationships, especially if you're happy with it. Exactly. You don't overthink that.
No.
But if you're with somebody who causes a lot of hurt, a lot of pain,
a lot of grief,
you're like, what if I was with
this person,
such and such?
Would they be grateful? Would they love me different? That's what goes through your mind. It goes through your mind. How would you say that you handle regret? Like, what is your method of dealing with it? Like,
I'm a pros and cons person, 100%.
So you just weigh out the good and the bad.
Right. I look at what if I would have been in that situation, what bad would have come out of it,
right?
And what positive would have come out. What positive would have come out of the situation. I love self-reflecting. I love being around the fellows, love being around my girl, love being around my family. But I love my self-reflection, me time sometimes, just to get me back into the zone or just ponder over things. So I've always self-reflected too. Like same situation. You're probably familiar with the. There was this one young lady I was interested in college that very nice girl. She's still currently to this day a very nice girl that I was like, maybe I would have wanted to have a chance, but I don't overthink it because I'm happy with my current situation. So there's no need to. Yeah. No need to overthink it.
That too. Let's play devil's advocate. It's my turn. I know you put me on the spot. So let's say that you were in a tough relationship, like one where you're fussing every day, you're constantly challenging each other, and you just feel like, dang, I love her, but I shouldn't have to go through this.
Right.
How would you deal with that regret then, knowing that there's always this person, and that the person that you're dealing with regret with is single?
Right.
Like, she's available. Like, how would you deal with that?
I would honestly, I would never really. I wouldn't say I'd keep that feeling bottled up with the other person, because you want your significant other to feel secure in the relationship.
That's true. That's definitely.
So I wouldn't say I should have been with such and such. You no good, dirty,
Right.
rotten, whatever. You know.
Exactly.
But if it's a tumultuous situation, then I'm not going to continue to put myself through nothing like that. I might reach out to the other individual in the future when I'm more healed and more safe to be able, or more cognizant in the decisions that I'm making, because you don't ever want to rush and jump to
something else. Yeah.
Jump to a decision that you might have regretted, and it cost you something, and it make you regret something else. You know what I'm saying? It could end up being a chain of events. Well, maybe I should be with such and such.
Right.
Well, let me cheat on what I got now just to see what could have been. You know, that shoulda, coulda, woulda messes up a lot of people. It messes up a lot of people in the end of the day.
Let's look at it on the other side. What if you did something and now you're regretting it? How do you approach that?
What if I did something and I'm regretting it? I try not to live with too much. Personally, I know everybody's different. I try not to live with too much regret. I mean the decisions I do. My decisions are calculated. My decisions are clear, and my decisions are conscious. So I try not to think about regret.
Yep.
So situations that I've, like I said, not too many situations off the bat I can really think of that I'm regretful of. Like I said, the best situation I can think of is prom, and that, like I said, that situation taught me a lot of life lessons. Just learning to put myself out there, learning to be open, learning to deal with rejection, learning to go get what I want.
Yeah.
When I have a situation that I regret, I always, look at it as a lesson.
Yeah.
That I'm going to learn from.
Exactly. I think that's what life is. It's a bunch of lessons.
Yeah, facts, 100%.
In terms of that, looking at it from the other side, yeah, I have a lot of regrets.
Yeah.
Like a lot. But being the God-fearing man that I am, I look at it like, this happened to me so I can learn.
Right. For a
if
reason.
I don't learn from it, why did it happen? So you can't think like, oh, I did this, so now I can get away with it.
Right.
Like that's the thinking.
Right.
A lot of people think like, dang, I didn't get punished for doing this, so
let me go ahead and do it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it again.
It's fine. Like,
let's go ahead and do it again.
But that's not it. That's not the way to approach it. Like in life, like you said, everything is a lesson and a blessing. You got to learn from it.
Right.
You can't use a negative experience to that can't be your way of thinking.
Right. You can't let it define you. You can't let the negative situation be what you're going to be in the future. Like I said, the lesson and blessing. You just have to. People sometimes are oblivious to what is going on in the present because they're so focused on something else that has happened, that's going to happen, that they forget to live in the moment.
I was about to say it. Yeah, we don't live like people don't live in the moment because you got a certain percentage that focus on this happened to me in the past and it's not gonna happen again in the present. And then you got the people that look too far ahead and forget that you got to do certain things to get to the future. You got to live in the moment.
That process, what we talked about last week. People are scared to fail.
Yeah.
They're scared to make decisions that's not gonna always benefit them in the now.
Yep.
Just a lot of things that take place that have people living with certain regrets. I think too as well, when I look at the concept of regret too, people with education, you're forced to make it. It seems like society forces you to make a decision real early in your life. So people struggle in their 20s.
Yeah, definitely.
Not everybody knows what they want to be when they're 18, when they're going to college.
That's true.
So it's so difficult. Oftentimes, you're trying to find yourself as a person,
right?
And as somebody professionally.
Yeah, it's that period of adolescence. Like you trying to figure out what makes you comfortable. You're trying to a lot of people are.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're more mature than your peers, you're trying to satisfy your peers. You're trying to you're trying to display a certain image.
Right.
You want to be accepted. I don't know anybody that doesn't want to be accepted.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
you're trying to figure out what works for you, and then you're forced to like make a decision. Like, you need to tell me what you years from now, this is what you're gonna be doing. But you got to make the decision now. It's kind of backwards.
Yeah.
If you think about it. And then, as a society, we're not prepared to do anything when we get out of college, because we take classes. It's beneficial. I won't say it's not, especially if you're gonna be someone who's gonna be using it.
Right. Medical
Like
field.
exactly. But in terms of like learning how to write a check, balancing a checkbook, like taxes, like etc. We're not prepared for any of that, and we're forced to learn it.
Like mortgage, interest rates, investing.
Exactly, and half of us don't even like. It starts early when you do a FAFSA. That's your introduction to adulthood, because you're gonna be in debt to go to college, or you're gonna be getting scholarships. And most of the time, people wait too late to like focus on education and get the scholarships. Unless you athletic,
you got that all taken care of.
And you get it taken care of.
Yeah,
it's kind of a slippery slope. Right, you can't.
And that's a big thing too, because a lot of people don't know how to fill out those FAFSAs. They fill it out wrong, and it causes them
all the money in the world.
It costs them they start stuff off late, messes up the schedule. They have to do something else for that period. Just a lot of things that take place that could put people in situations that they regret. Yeah. You know, so
life is full of regrets.
It is.
Life is full of give and take, and living and learning. Mm-hmm. Like, we all go through something. Rich, poor, famous, unfamous.
Right.
It's just about how you adjust and like take those hits and learn from them. Because a lot of people don't learn until
stubborn.
I think everybody learns. It's just at a different pace. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to deal with this feel like going through this or anything anymore. So I'm gonna learn, and I'm not gonna do it anymore. Yep. That's really what it's all about.
It be like that sometimes.
That's true.
It really be like that sometimes, man. But when you reflect back, I don't want to be at an age where I reflect back on too much, and I just have a pile of regret, and I project that on my kids, or I project that on somebody else to make it look like it turn me bitter. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I don't want regret to ever do to me, is make me turn bitter.
That's it. That's
know?
True. Like, you don't want to deal with. Let's just use this for an example. You don't want to deal with. All right, you got a good girl. She's loyal to you. Like, she's literally the girl that you need. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times, the girl that you need is not the person that you want. Mm-hmm. You feel like you want something else.
Right. Want more.
And you don't want to feel. You got two sides to it. You don't want to feel like, dang, I got this woman that I always wanted. I asked God for. Mm-hmm. She's right here, but I'm not happy. I feel like I want to try something else.
Yeah.
What's the regret factor in that? Like, seriously, because are you gonna settle and be unhappy, but you know she's a good girl,
right?
And you feel like it's gonna change over a while? Like, I feel like I grow up and I grow to want and need her instead of just needing her.
Right.
Do you go out and I think that's why a lot of people cheat because they don't want to lose the person that they feel like they need, but it's somebody out there that they want physically, or they gather their attention better than the person they need.
I'll tell you this, it's a certain level of discipline that goes into it, but as well, there ain't always going to be greener pastures for everybody. You eventually, you'll hit a funk in your relationship where it's just like, I'm
questioning it.
Yeah.
Not even questioning it, it's just like.
And that takes a lot of discipline to get through.
Yeah.
You know, so my rebuttal to that is there's not always going to be greener pastures with any kind of relationship you're forming with anybody. Should you settle? Nah, you should never settle. But what's good for you is good for you. Mm-hmm. Vegetables I'll use that as vegetables ain't the most tasty thing,
but it's good for
but
you.
it's good for you.
And it's gonna benefit you in the long run.
Right.
Like,
Exactly. If it's something consistent in your life,
yeah.
Every once in a while that hamburger will try to creep in.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's crazy though, cause that happens every day.
Yeah.
Where you get people who we ask for loyalty, we ask for consistency, we ask for like the woman who's gonna like push us and motivate us.
And then when you get
it, you mess around and lose it.
Right. You don't know how to handle it.
You don't know how to handle it. That's it. I think too, knowing that you got that person that you need, you know, they love you unconditionally. Mm-hmm. But it's like it's the opposite. It's like she gonna be there. You take it for granted.
Yeah, you take it for granted.
Yeah, I know she gonna be there. So I can go out and do this. I can play around.
Right.
I know she ain't going nowhere.
Yep.
Or vice versa.
Yep.
Cause I see it happen with girls and guys, with girls doing it too.
Right.
So it's crazy, man. That's why you have to. That's why I don't advise high school relationships or like really college relationships until you like ready.
Yeah,
you have to learn. Like you have to experience. You have to experience it, because if you don't, of course, it's gonna eat you alive knowing that you didn't do that.
But I think too, whenever you're in a relationship with somebody, you're not going to be that same person that you married, because you're supposed to evolve,
grow. Yeah.
Whether it be professionally, when you have kids, you're going to grow into a mother. Yep. That's going to change you, mother, father, or mother, father, father. However it gets down. You're going to change and grow into a different person. So you're supposed to evolve with your relationship. Will boredom be there? Yeah. Will things sometimes maybe go stale? Yeah, probably, but that's life. We've had periods when you're with yourself where it's just
I'm not happy with myself. I need to get better.
Now I need to hit the refresh button or something like that. You know,
my habits got to change. Right. I need to do better because I'm not getting the results I want.
And that's where that communication comes into play.
Exactly.
So
because my aunt, like I said last week, my aunt always told me you learn every day. Being with a person for years doesn't mean that you know everything about them, because you still gotta learn. And with learning comes growth. So you gotta keep pushing and growing, and that way your relationship will always like grow.
Yeah.
And I think you can't get complacent. That's the thing. Yeah. Complacency in a relationship is toxic, man. Right. Like you get comfortable with the habits, and then once you ask somebody to change something that they've been doing for so long, okay, you knew I was this way, so why should I change?
Right.
And that's what messes up a lot of relationships, like, because people don't grow in a relationship. They get complacent with where they are.
Right.
So
just learning.
It's learning. It is learning.
Just learn. Like I said, a lot of learn. People, if you fail to adapt, if you fail to evolve, if you fail to just be conscious of the things that you're surrounded by, and if you're stubborn and stuck in your ways, life gonna hit you real hard. You just have to be conscious.
Yeah.
Whether it's something you like or you don't like, I always take it upon myself to participate in things. I know I can be stubborn sometimes, but I always take it upon myself to participate in things I don't like. I read stuff that I don't like.
Yep.
I pay attention to stuff that I don't like. I pay attention to stuff that's opposite of my view, just to see the other side.
Yep.
Get a better understanding of everything.
That's true.
And just doing that will take you to a new height. It adds a level of intellect, adds a level of knowledge that a level of stubbornness can block out.
Yep.
So just learning to do that has played dividends just within my life and helped in my growth and helped in my development. So as a person, so just learning and growing, not like I said, you just can't fester on that regret. Regret is going to happen, but it's all about what you do with that regret. You have to channel it in a positive manner. Have to channel it in a positive.
You got to turn that regret into success. But you can't be deterred by failure either.
Nope.
And that brings us to our next topic, like dealing with failure and rejection.
Rejection. That's tough, man.
Boy, that's tough.
You
Have you ever been rejected?
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Yo,
that shit hurt.
Yo, see, pride, man. My pride hurt.
Man,
my heart don't hurt. My pride hurt. Like, my pride. It hurt, man. It hurt, bro.
What's a good rejection story you got? Something that you've learned.
Rejection or failure. Rejection.
Yeah, we'll do a rejection and then a failure.
Rejection. My biggest rejection story would probably be as an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I dealt with so much rejection because I was like short.
Uh-huh.
But I knew I could play.
Right.
I knew I could, and
my boy Hooper.
Like, when I was in school, I knew I could hoop. Like, when my first time playing basketball was in the 7th grade, but I couldn't play because my mom was like, nope. Because you be acting up in school. I'm not going to let you play. But she always let me play baseball. I guess she felt it was safer. And I was really good at baseball. I was all-star for the rec league I was playing in. I was excited. I love baseball. Andrew Jones was my guy.
Yep.
I wore number 25 because of him. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to play baseball. And then I only played basketball because of my cousin Rashawn. He was like, come on, let's hoop, let's play ball. I was like, I don't play no basketball. I play baseball. So I made it my 8th grade year. I was probably the shortest one. In 8th grade, I was short. I was like 4'10". I was 4'10" in the 8th grade, so I was like, these folks ain't gonna take me serious. Everybody was like at least 5'6" at the moment. So I was like, yo, this is big. Exactly. I was like, these are big kids, but I was fearless.
Right.
And I grew a little bit. In high school, my coach was just a jackass. I'm gonna just keep it 100. He was a jackass. He showed favoritism. He ain't the coach no more.
Yeah.
I would never be happy for somebody's downfall. But the same stuff that you do, it usually get you caught up. So I was like, hey. In high school, I was playing, but I wasn't I wasn't getting no offers or nothing.
Yeah. So
I was like, dang, all right, my shit over with.
Right.
I get to college, and at the time it was Macon State College.
Yeah, Blue Storm. Shout out to Blue Storm.
It was Macon State College, so I was like, yeah, I'm just chill. You know, we used to go to the gym all the time.
That rubber floor.
The rubber floor. And I just used to go in there, and then they had tryouts. And I knew one of the players, because we just running.
Right.
5-on-5.
5-on-5, yeah.
Just come out, man. We need a point guard. So I was like, cool. I went. I was super nervous. I made it. And I was like, that's crazy. I made it with the first coach. The first coach got fired mid-season. Yeah. Because he had a bunch of players on the team who was ineligible academically. So
I think that was all Macon State club sports. So everybody was ineligible out here playing.
Bro, it literally was like 3 players left after that. So I was like, wow. We got a new coach, Coach Jump. Love Coach Jump to this day. Coach Jump was probably the first coach that told me, you can play. Regardless of your height, you can play. He didn't have the best credentials. I love Coach Jump. So I started hooping. I probably got told no so many times. I just kept at it.
Right.
That's how I met Josh. So I met Josh trying to fight.
Squirrel.
And that's how I met Corey. Yeah. So, and those are lifelong brothers. So
exactly. Shout out to Corey.
That's my rejection story. You just gotta keep pushing.
Right.
Do you?
There have been plenty of times with rejection that I've dealt with. Like, employment might be one of the toughest things to deal with when it comes to rejection, because it's a sense of like, especially when you feel like you're the right person for the job
and you don't get it. So like when I got rejected from a place that I knew I was perfect for. I felt I did all the right little things correct. I did all the right things leading up to. Thought I was the perfect candidate, and then I got that email, and it was just like, you know they don't make it
personal or anything. It's
yeah,
just something
they
like
just be like, thank you for applying, but at this time,
right. I thought I did well in the interview.
Yeah.
I did well in the physical part. I did had the degree, had the quote unquote experience, and just being told no, it just hurt, you know. So just dealing with employment rejection that's
a whole different kind of rejection.
Yeah, that's because it's a life altering rejection too as well. On top of that,
because you put in your mind, yo, I'm about to start making this much.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be at work. I'm calculating my schedule, my time, how I'm gonna save, how I'm gonna do this and that. And when you don't get it, man, yo, you have to shed a few tears, especially when it's a big one.
Yeah.
And you know you got a degree for it. You know, good and freaking well. You better than every candidate that's in it.
Yeah.
And you didn't pick me. What did I do wrong?
Right, exactly. And you want that closure too.
Exactly. And it's already hard for us.
In the job
market, black and educated.
Yeah.
Man, they look at you a different way. So that's tough, man. I can see where you're coming from with that one.
That, and then a couple of relationship rejections that I've dealt with where, you know, you think it's going to work out, but it doesn't. You do everything right for that right person, whether it be you treat them different than everybody,
yeah.
And you treat them different than they've ever been treated before. And still getting rejected, that hurt. That make you wanna give me my train back kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So
that's true.
It hurt when you get rejected in certain like relationships. You don't feel good enough. Your self-esteem is lowered. So dealing with my two biggest rejection hurts have been with employment and relationships. So
man, that's tough. I think my second one would be relationships. Like seriously, because I'll be the first to admit, like I grew over, like I feel like I got employment history and I got relationship history. Relationship history has taught me a lot, and like you said, self-reflection. I sit back and look at past relationships and I wonder, damn, I don't even recognize that person. Right. I don't get angry like that anymore. I don't yell anymore.
Right.
I don't approach situations the same way anymore. And in those relationships, I was probably like, damn. A couple of them, I was like, yeah. It's probably me. I probably need to grow up a little bit. But in all of them, and I'm pretty sure they'll probably say the same.
Right.
I always gave my all.
Right.
Regardless. Because if I make a commitment to something, I always stick to it regardless.
Gotcha. And if you don't give your all at the end
of
the day, why are you in it? And you know you don't. It's a different type of feeling if you get rejected. Not giving your all versus giving your all. It's two different feelings.
Man, what? Because you don't have any emotional ties to it.
Right.
Like I wasn't fully invested. You know when you're fully invested in something because you done did everything, and once you do everything and it don't work, that's a different type of rejection.
Ooh.
Like that hurts.
Man.
Like you said with the jobs. Man, I done updated this resume to a T. In my interview, I gave you everything you wanted.
Practice my interview, practice my responses.
My physical was great. I was physically fit to accommodate all the job functions you needed me to do, and I still ain't get the job. Man, that make you want to like question everything you've done.
Exactly, but I've also learned to channel that energy, because you know, as African Americans, we gotta do a lot of things sometimes 2 times better than everybody.
It's true.
Whether society is with that or against that, sometimes it's a reality. In some situations it isn't a reality, but
most of the time it is.
Yeah, I'm channeling that, knowing I gotta be 2 times better, whether it be with my knowledge, with my intelligence, with you know, just being clear, conscious, and consistent in what it is that I'm doing. Just taking and channeling that 2 times better. So, you know, if that same opportunity comes up, I'll be ready. I won't have to get ready. I'll know.
Stay ready, so you don't have to get ready.
Exactly. So I'm just being cautious and conscious. Next time I go interview for something,
right?
Being even more prepared this time. Each and every time you learn, you gotta just learn. You gotta learn from rejection. and you got to learn to channel that rejection to make yourself 2 times better.
Yeah.
And there ain't nothing really wallowing in your own crap, especially when you have your heart set on something.
Yeah.
Because people feel like you should just get over it real quick like that.
Nah,
that's not the way.
bro. Like rejection, that ties in so much to failure because you feel like you fail when that happens. When you rejected at something, yo, it feel like I failed.
Man, yeah.
But in life, we all know, once you fail, you gotta get back up and try 2 times harder.
Exactly.
Like,
do you know how many people have failed in society?
shit, just failed before they like in terms of like getting to where they are.
Yeah.
Jordan,
Oprah,
like man, the list, Cardi B, like
list
the
goes
list is
on.
crazy. Like, it's everybody got a story.
Yep.
And that's why we so fond of people because, hey, I can relate.
Yep.
Like I went through this, and I'm gonna get there too.
Right.
If you can make it, I can make it.
Exactly.
That's why inspiration is drawn from so many places.
Right. And you can't, like I said, you can't wallow in your failure for too long. You gotta get back up. You gotta get back up.
You do. In terms of failure, like what are a couple of failures that you feel like define you and like made you who you are today?
I'll take college for an example. I always wanted to. I knew I had my heart always set on college.
Mm-hmm.
My standardized testing did not go well at all. My SAT and my ACTs.
Mine's either, bro. I'm
Man,
horrible at test taking.
If you looked at my SAT ACT scores, you'd be like, "Is this man
Mine too.
retarded?
Mine too.
Is he stupid?"
Mine too.
It was
Even
bad.
the PSAT, I was bad. Like
Yeah.
the only test that was easy for me was the high school
Graduation
test.
Yeah.
That shit was easy. I was
yeah.
like, what the hell is this?
But my standardized testing,
Yeah.
I did not do.
I didn't either, bro.
So going into college, it was a struggle just to get into college.
Mhm.
And even when I was in college, I had to take some certain courses to be able to be quote unquote officially
a college student.
admitted in college.
Yeah.
And
Shit, me too.
the statistics at our institution showed that if you were taking those courses, you really weren't going to graduate college. And for me to have taken those courses
And make it all the way
and
through.
still make it all the way through,
That's crazy.
that I channeled that failure. I'm super proud of that because I've never been the most book smart person, but I know, you know, if I study a certain type of way, I'll be able to make the grades to be able to get through. And each, from high school to my college to my graduate school, my GPA has gone up.
Yeah.
Each time, and that people, it usually can go one way or the other, and sometimes it remains consistent. Some
Right.
people know how to. I knew how to handle the things outside of college. So
Mhm.
college. Once I got through those courses, once I started, you know, getting settled into college was never an issue to me.
Facts.
Being able to just adjust personally, I never had a problem. I had home training to know.
That's true.
My dad always made it a point to make sure that I had a balance in my life, whether it be with family and friends, my business, my schooling,
Mm-hmm.
and just being at peace with myself.
That's a good point.
So that balance, that failure, has always balanced me out.
That's true.
It's kept me humble,
Shoot.
kept me conscious, man.
That's true.
So
In terms of like college like that, I get where you're coming from for sure.
mhm.
Cause I was the exact same way. Like I really didn't coming from Albany
Mhm.
and Arlington. I really didn't put too much stock into going to college seriously, especially after the basketball didn't work out.
Yeah.
But I always knew I had to go.
Right.
Cause my aunt, either you're gonna work or you're going to college.
Right.
So I was like, if I'm gonna go to college, I might as well go somewhere I never been before.
Right.
And shoot, Macon State College they gave me the chance to be a man. The hardest thing for me it wasn't even the classes. It was just like adjusting.
Right.
and being your own person.
Yeah.
Cause I had good home training, but I was the child who was too protected. Like my aunt was so protective of me, and my mom, like, it was like, nah, we want you to stay, be this good person. I was able to go out, but
Right.
it was restricted.
Yeah.
I always felt like I can't do this, cause I don't want to do that. But in college, you learn like, damn, I'm in control of my own decisions.
Right.
Like, my aunt can't help me, my mom can't
If
help
I'm
me.
out here doing dumb shit, it's because of me.
It's because of me, yeah. So like, yeah, I get where you're coming from with that. In terms of like failure, one of the things that's probably shaped me to be the man I am today is probably failed relationships. Like, seriously. I think I learned more in a failed relationship, life-wise and like book-wise or like smart-wise more than college.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm not even working in my field.
Right.
Honestly. I went on an alternative path to do something different in education, but
Yeah.
it's different. Like failed relationships, those they help you out.
They push
Big
you
time.
toward. They push you towards something. Cause I was told by a wise man one time that if you wanna, the first question you should ask any successful person is about their failures. Because at the end of the day, when you see a successful person,
They failed.
10 times out of 10, you're only seeing that success.
Mhm.
You're not seeing all the sleepless nights they put in. You're not seeing all the work they put in.
Yep.
Ranging from fighters who train, diet, do all this weight cut.
All the athletes who in the gym consistently
Right.
working out.
You don't
Practice.
see that. You don't see that that heart. You can't really measure that heart all the time.
Yep.
You don't see that hurt sometimes that they've had. in their
All
life.
the
You just
crying,
see-
all the nights they was crying, all the times they wanted to give up.
Right. You just see that end product.
Yeah.
So whenever you know, if I'm fortunate to do a Q&A with anybody successful or anybody well known,
That's gotta be the first question.
That's the first question I'm always asking is, you know, what's some of the failures that you've been through to get where you're at in your life.
Yeah.
You know, because we all, in order to sometimes climb up, you gotta fall.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll say, shit, failed relationships, like a couple, maybe just one.
Mhm.
It was one that really took me to a different place because I really, really cared. Like it was like, damn, this right here is the reason. I can say it's probably the reason I'm the person who I am today because it made me change who I was.
Yeah.
It made me self-reflect. It made me
Look in the mirror.
look in the mirror and be like, okay. Because at the time, you like, dang, I know this person truly like care and love me, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So, what do? No matter if it's your fault or theirs,
Right.
it's still going to weigh down on you. Because how I was taught, it was like, look, if love is there, it'll work.
Yeah.
So, it felt like love disappeared. So, it made me go back home, like to where it all started, and go back to the drawing board and really reinvent myself.
Yeah.
So that is the reason I'm the man I am today.
We
Like I
fall
wouldn't
down,
facts,
but we get up.
it wouldn't be I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be with the person I'm with. Like I'm so happy right now. Like I've never been this happy.
Man,
Ever.
you don't realize when you're failing too when them tears is rolling
Yes,
down.
man. The
it's
tears
like
be coming. Like
it's like you just really don't know, because whenever you fail at something, you think it's the
you
end
stuck
of the
in
world.
a moment.
You think it's the end of the world, but at the end of the day, what's gonna happen the next day? Life is gonna happen the next day.
It's gonna keep going.
It's not gonna end just cause your shit hit the fan.
Nah, cause plenty of niggas,
Plenty of motherfuckers shit is hitting the fan.
It's hitting the fan, bro.
Right now.
at the moment.
But people are also living in
The now?
living in the now. They living in their success too as well.
Yeah.
So you want the world to end just cause they living, or they living in their success, or
vice versa. Like I'm successful. Is the world supposed to end because your shit fell apart?
Hell no. I'm happy the world ain't in it. I'm successful.
Exactly. I'm trying to live.
I'm trying to live right now.
Yeah, that's tough. That's like, yeah. And you know for a fact, like, I was talking with the guys the other day, and one of the coolest things was y'all was like, bro, you just seem like a different person. You seem like you're just happy. I was like, man, I'm carefree, I'm stress free.
Yeah.
I'm just out here learning and living.
Right.
And a lot of times we don't take it day by day.
You got to.
Like, you got to find a balance of day by day, but at the same time preparing yourself. And that's the hardest thing, because we want our generation. We want it now.
Yeah.
I got to be rich right now.
Yeah.
And that goes back to a topic we discussed, the instant gratification. We want it now. We don't want to put no work in.
Right. We can't handle failure.
Everything. The world is in it. If we fail at something,
it's a competition with everything.
And like, we're not supposed to be rich in our 20s. Like,
if we are,
it's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
That's just God's work, man.
Right.
Like,
sometimes stuff happens.
Yeah, your clock was faster than everybody else's, and we can't look at our life clock comparing it to athletes, artists, anything. That's just their profession.
Right.
You're different. Your impact is somewhere else.
Right.
You can't allow yourself to get lost. Dang, man, Chris Brown about the same age as me.
Yeah, out here
lit. He out here. He got all this, all that. Why I can't have that?
Right.
Now, sometimes that's good fuel though.
Yeah.
To work hard.
Exactly.
Sometimes you need that motivation.
Right. You know how many high school, when you look at athletes that are successful, you know how many people were better than them coming up?
Yeah.
And that thought is stuck in some of those people's minds. Like, man, I was better than this Mamba Jamma.
I was better than him.
Yeah. I used to eat his ass up on the court.
But you know what happened? He worked harder.
Yep.
He wasn't spoon fed either.
Right. And his opportunity happened to come, and he took full advantage of it.
Full advantage, bro. We all get opportunities.
That's like at that Drew League, man. Some of them folks in the Drew League are better than some of these folks in the league.
Frank need to be in the league. The man done won MVP 3 straight years, and he be cooking like people that's in the NBA.
Right, he cooked Denzel Valentine.
Him and Harden be going at it, bro.
He cooked Denzel Valentine
He did.
in Drew League, man. He took that man's soul in the Drew League.
Bro, it took James Harden to beat this man. Nobody else in the NBA could do it. Who was out there, like, it's crazy. Like, respect to Frank, man.
Yeah, shout out to Frank. But failure is a good thing. You might not feel like it's a good thing at the time.
Not at the moment. Like, people, emotions, like, are normal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when people say, I don't cry, I'm tough, I'm this and I'm that. Man, I cry.
Yeah.
I cry. Like, I have to express myself. If I'm not crying, I'm letting that emotion out.
Yeah.
Because once you let it out, you feel so much better on the inside. And that's why it's good to have friends that you can trust and know that they're going to have your best interest at heart. Not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear.
Right, exactly. So when you do, like I said, when you do get to the top, you just remember those failures too as well.
Mm-hmm.
You let it drive you, let it motivate you. You gotta live day by day, like you said, but you can't let the opportunity slip. You can't get complacent once you do. Because I know once I get the profession I want to get, I want to remember all the days.
All the long nights.
All the days I said I was going to do this and that. All the days I told myself I'm going to carry myself better than what these bosses are telling me what to do. When I become the boss, I'm going to make sure
you're looking out for everybody
else.
Because you've been there.
Yeah, exactly.
Who better to be a boss than somebody who's lived through it?
Exactly.
Like, it's up to the T.
That's why you just got to be patient with the process. You got to learn what you learn at each level, each stage, so you don't forget. Once you do make it to that top level,
this is what.
Once you do reach your full potential,
once
you do reach that top, it's like, damn, I remember my process of me coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot to deal with regret. It's a lot to deal with rejection. It's a lot to deal with failure.
Man, what? All three of those define you. You all three of those, you go through every one of them to get to success.
Exactly.
And that's everybody.
That's everybody.
Like,
and if you're not going through it, then one, you're a liar.
Yeah. And you know,
or two, you got a silver spoon, golden spoon somewhere.
Yeah.
And,
That's it.
And you need to use that privilege to, sprinkle a little love.
Yeah.
Get that little love out. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not dealing with regret, if you're not dealing with rejection, you're not dealing with failure, then more power to you. Congratulations. You definitely have not lived life.
Nope. Not at all.
You have not, man.
Life ain't hit you yet.
Yeah. and when it do,
rude awakening.
You're gonna be like Jose Aldo and Conor McGregor. It go it's out. You're gonna be out. So shit, man.
That's cool. I think we need to liven it up.
Yeah.
You know, get a little sports in there.
Yeah, our top five of the week.
Our top 5 of the week.
Dun-dun-dun.
Top 5.
Man, Juwan and I had a lot of topics that we were thinking about, but we came to the conclusion of the top 5 sports heartbreaks.
The reason we decided to do heartbreaks is because we was talking about failure and rejection, and we just wanted to keep it on topic. So we're gonna do top 5 sports heartbreaks.
Ain't nothing worse than when your life going to shit
because of a sports moment, bro. Like it's worse than losing a game of 2K at the buzzer.
Right. Oh my
God. This is like real. This is
real life.
And you.
But see, the thing with sports is I try not to take it personal.
Yeah.
Because I know at the end of the day they humans. But goddamn, man.
Do your job.
Jesus Christ. Jeez, I know the city of Chicago was heartbroken when Cody Parkey missed that field goal. I know New Orleans was heartbroken when
they missed the call.
They missed that flag when Stephon Diggs
caught the pass and they lost
to the house.
In like 10 seconds. They lost in 10 seconds.
I know Minnesota was mad when Blair Walsh missed that like 20-yard field goal
against the Seahawks.
Man, just a lot of heartbreak that goes into sports because a lot of times people turn to sports because that's about as real as you can get.
Sports
with TV, because
sports is it's also. It's a way to express yourself. Like the team that you are is an expression of yourself. Like this is my favorite team because they got a certain mentality. They got certain players that I like.
Players.
Exactly. Like we relate to each other. So I'm rooting for you.
Right.
And you feel like you're a part of that. That's why it hurt. It hurt. I was on the field. I was on the court.
That's my team. We won. We won. You always hear we won. They lost. That wasn't me. They lost.
It's a pride thing too.
It is.
It's like
it is.
I get to brag against the bros, man.
Yeah.
You seen LeBron. Yeah. You seen it.
Exactly.
Like it hurts.
Unfortunately, with my teams, I can't brag. I gotta shut the hell up. But Atlanta sports has always just been a reflection. Now I wouldn't say it's a reflection of me because happy to say it. I feel. But I'd say just the city of Atlanta when it comes to because that's. All my teams, the Falcons, the Hawks, the Braves, Atlanta United, especially the emergence of Atlanta United, man, that's crazy, man. I think because Atlanta is such a transit city that you have a lot of people from different parts of the United States coming to Atlanta that they like everybody but the Hawks. They like everybody but the Falcons. Yeah. It's something about Atlanta United that brought the city together because, okay, we don't got soccer here. We do have a pretty big Hispanic population in Atlanta.
That's true.
Who are real fond of soccer, and soccer is the world sport. You know, at the end of the day, as much as we like our basketball,
we all like soccer.
And football, football is the world's biggest sport.
Been playing FIFA since college.
Exactly. So it's interesting. So my sports heartbreaks are. I try to be diverse with.
I didn't.
Mine
were personal reflections of me. I'm pretty sure Alan got a lot of historical content with his.
I tried to be conscious over the years. So my number 5 sports heartbreak is the Buffalo Bills losing 4 straight Super Bowls.
Yo,
like how do you lose 4 straight Super Bowls? Like
I gotta retire after that, man. I get all the way to the championship game, not in my conference, for the whole thing,
league,
the whole league, and I can't win 4 straight times.
I can't win at least once.
At least one. I could be 1-3. I'm 0-4 in a big game. That's a legacy changer.
Poe, Jim Kelly. That's just a sports heartbreak across seasons.
You already know who Jim Kelly is gonna be always remembered as the quarterback of the losing Bills.
Exactly.
And he was better than his record showed in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so that's tough.
It's interesting because the Buffalo Bills have an interesting fan base. They're one of the most active, but that's my number 5.
My number 5 is probably your number 1. I'm pretty sure. The Falcons versus the Patriots. I'm not a Falcons fan. I'm a Panthers fan, but I live in the Atlanta area, and just the fact that they was beating the Patriots, who everybody hate, 28-3, and I remember it to this day. I was texting Allen during the game, especially when they got 28-3. I was like, bro, I'll be up. We gonna celebrate. We're going to this parade. I remember telling him and Josh we going to the parade. We was already getting our plan set, and as soon as it happened, I'd be damned if it wasn't the biggest comeback in Super Bowl history.
God.
It wasn't even It was like, I'm heartbroken because I can't go to Atlanta and hang out with the bros and go to the parade.
It was just a lot. Like, that's like we're the butt of all jokes. Like, when a Falcons fan is arguing with anybody, 28-3. 28-3.
That's true. That's how I be when I argue with Javon. And he be like, this happened. 1 yard line.
And 1 yard.
1 yard line. That's all I gotta say.
Dang.
What was your number 4?
We'll continue this argument later. My number 4 was with Bill Buckner with the Red Sox and between the legs blunder in Game 6 against the Mets, costing the Red Sox pretty much the World Series.
Yeah, that's stressful.
As pretty much as a Red Sox organization that's been cursed for a long time until Big Papi, until 2004 season.
Yep.
That's it being right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, baseball is probably one of the hardest sport, if not the hardest sport to play.
Man, you gotta be coordinated.
And just for something as simple as not being able to scoop it up.
Something that's routine that you usually do on the regular. And
Bill Buckner was historically a pretty good player. So for him to have that blunder at that time with that history on the line, man.
I got a couple of honorable mentions that I forgot to mention. What's the guy from the Cubs, the fan, Steve?
Dang. Lord have mercy.
Steve, I think it's Bald or something like that. He's gonna always be remembered for being the jackass to catch the ball, and that ended up messing up the series.
The series.
And the Cubs was already cursed enough.
Yeah.
And also Nick Anderson for the Magic when he missed 4 straight free throws against the Rockets in Game 1 of the finals after they beat Jordan in the round before.
Lord have mercy.
And he missed all the free throws to the point where they had to put a free throw, like he had to make a certain amount of free throws to gain this much money in his contract because he cost them. They started hacking him. He was the first person that they probably started doing the hack a Nick. Not even Shaq. And Shaq was on the team. Like, it's crazy. Poor Nick Anderson.
I got 2 honorable mentions. I'm not really I've never really been the biggest fan of them, even though they were a really good team. I always get in an argument with Juwan about this when it comes to the back-to-back Florida Gators basketball national team. I always tell Juwan that Florida Gators national championship team was better than the Fab Five. We always get into it about that. But that's one of my honorable mentions with Chris Webber calling top. Woo! When he called timeout.
Hey, yo!
That was one of the craziest moments. Because has Michigan ever won a basketball national championship?
I don't think so.
They came close.
That was tough. They would have won that year if he didn't call timeout. Oh! No, Chris. I'm sorry, Chris. We love you, man, but
That was heartbreaking.
That was heartbreaking for sure.
And then my other one was when the Heat and the Spurs played, and Ray Allen, they had that. Chris Bosh got the rebound, kicked it out, and Ray Allen hit the three.
Yeah.
And they came back after all the Miami Heat fans walked out.
And the Spurs, they literally had the trophy out for them.
Right.
Like,
and it was ready to give it to
and
the
they
Spurs.
was trying to come back into the game.
Exactly.
You idiots.
You pay all that money. You pay all that.
I'm trying to see them hoist up the trophy.
Exactly. So that's my other honorable mention for the heartbreak.
Shoot, in terms of 4, they coincide. Mine was not that year, but when LeBron first went to the Heat and they lost to the Mavs in the finals, I was heartbroken. I was like, I was that fan that was like, dang, LeBron, you made all this noise about not 1, not 2, not 3,
not 4.
You got there. You was a favorite. And we lost to Dirk
and Jason Kidd
and Jason Kidd and Terry and Jason Terry.
Deshaun Stevenson.
A bunch of role players.
Was Samuel Dallenberg on that team?
I think Chandler was on that. I think Chandler was the center for sure.
Yeah, Tyson Chandler was on there. Tyson Chandler got 1 or 2 rings.
1. He got his ring with the
Mavericks.
Yeah, he got an Olympic ring too. But yeah, LeBron in 2010, that hurt. That hurt. I had a lot of people coming at me. I was like, yo, I still got to defend my guy. I'm glad I stuck with him.
That Ross, JJ Beretta, Corey Brewer. That's what, because I always try to remember players who've won both college and
Corey
and national champion. Ryan Cardinal, Brendan Haywood.
That's who the backup was. Brendan Haywood.
Amon Mahimi. Sean Marion. That's right.
Yep. Because he did a good job. Him and Stevenson guarding LeBron that year.
Stojakovic was on that team, but I think they cut him.
Pager?
Yeah, he was on that team, but I don't think he got a ring because they cut him.
Wow.
Before the season or something like that.
That's tough.
But yeah, shout out to Joel Anthony.
chill. Shout out to Eddie House.
My number three is from NASCAR. Dale Earnhardt's death at Daytona 500.
That's a tough one, man.
Somebody dying at a sports event.
At a sport event? Yeah, that's tough.
That's
man.
sad. So
especially probably the most popular racer.
Yeah, one of the most iconic racers probably of all time.
Yeah.
So Dale Earnhardt's death was definitely a sad sports heartbreak for me.
Jeff Clark, man, in the black SS.
Jeff Gordon, underlay, mommy, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, you know.
What you got at number 3?
At number 3, it was tough to put it right here, but I feel like it gotta go right here. Cam Newton not diving for the fumble against the Broncos in the Super Bowl. That was probably one of the moments where I used profanity every word that came out of my mouth.
Profusely.
Like, what are you doing? You're the biggest one out there. Get on the ball.
High for the ball.
They cost us a game. We lost to fucking Peyton Manning.
I couldn't even throw the ball. More than 20 yards.
Bro, the whole game we had their offense stacked. The only reason they won the Super Bowl is because of their defense and C.J. Anderson. That's it, bro. Not Peyton Manning. If anybody tell me Peyton Manning won a ring for them, you don't watch sports. You don't watch it at all.
Payne did not a goddamn
Payne
that
had
season.
Payne
The season in 2013 when he threw 55 top.
Man,
shit.
He was a game manager at best.
Right.
In that year in Denver.
Didn't
Brock
Osweiler had to play in the game that year? A couple games.
Yeah, a couple of games because Payton had got hurt.
Right, and Brock Osweiler
because he wasn't supposed to play.
Throw the Hail Marys and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, my number 2 is they got a 30 for 30 for this. I think was when Patrick Ewing missed the Game 7 layup against the Pacers in the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Against the Pacers. Yep, they do got a 30 for 30.
Because the Pacers got that ass smacked.
The next round.
Yeah, against the Magic.
Because Reggie was like, I wish this would have been the conference finals, but it wasn't. And they got their ass hit.
What? So Patrick Ewing, just in general, not having a ring.
Yeah, that sucks because he's one of the best big men.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But that was pretty.
And how? Cause everybody was like, it's going in. And then he shot it thinking it was going in. And then like it. Yo, they gotta hurt, man.
They do.
They hurt.
So yeah, that was my number 2.
My number 2. Now my number 2 and number 1 are really plays that both happened. Like the last play. Number 2 is Kentucky versus North Carolina. Fuck you, Josh. When they lost in the Elite Eight in 2017 to North Carolina, and
the May shot.
May hit the shot at the end right after Fox had hit that corner 3. I remember telling Josh, I was like, bro, it's over with. And May probably hit the luckiest shot I ever seen in my life.
And he's still in college?
Yes, he's still in college.
What year is it? 2019?
It's his last year. He's a senior. He's a senior.
Yeah.
He gotta go. I'll be glad when he go. I hate him. That shot still hurt me. Had my boy in the locker room crying.
I still got that picture.
He had my boy in the locker room crying, man, because they was like, freshmen don't care. Him and Bam was in the locker room crying. I never forget.
But I bet you that moment taught De'Aaron Fox a lot.
A lot, yeah. It
probably
helped him grow. Yeah, shout out to Fox.
I hate Kentucky players when they're in college, but when they get to the league,
they be ready.
I got hella respect for Booker, Fox, Rondo,
Cousins,
Knox. Hell, y'all got
a lot.
Ain't Shea Gilgeous-Alexander from Kentucky too?
Yeah, he was the reason we went to the Damn, did we go to the Final Four? No.
Was it?
We was almost
No, that was when y'all had the Twins.
We lost to Kansas State that year when we had Shea. We lost last year to Kansas State.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Kentucky players,
Kentucky
players, it's really hit or miss with them.
Yeah.
They're either gonna be really good or you ain't gonna ever hear from them ever
again.
So,
that's true.
Well, my number 1 as a resident Atlanta Falcons fan for my whole life was how do you lose as a professional athlete? How do you lose a 28-3 lead? Like you don't plan for that or nothing. No game management, no running the ball, none of that clock, man.
Let's just put it in perspective for people who don't watch football. 28-3 is the equivalent of a damn near 30-point lead in the NBA.
Pretty much. That's 25 points. That's pretty much 3 scores. You got to go up and down the field 3 times.
And it takes time. Like
exactly.
You're not scoring in like 10 seconds.
How do you lose a 28-3 lead?
I don't know, bro. That hurt.
28-3.
That hurt. I hurt for you.
If I was an owner, I probably definitely would have had an emotional reaction and just fired everybody after that game.
I sold the team.
Pretty much.
I'm surprised. They probably put years of agent on Arthur Blank that year. He up there in the booth smiling.
He came down to the field and he was like, "Yep,
as soon as his ass got on that field,
it was oh my god, 28-3." Like, damn. That was one of the few Super Bowls we had the whole world cheering for us except for New Orleans and Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some folks in Tampa and Carolina.
Shit, it probably was some people in New Orleans shit. As much as they wanted it.
But
that hurt. That hurt me.
We was going to open this new stadium with a banner coming down. It was just...
It was set up for perfect. It was perfect
setup. Matt Ryan was going to get the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Julio Jones was going to be known as one of the greatest receivers ever.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Freeman. Oh, my.
Dan Quinn was going to be the savior of Atlanta.
Deion Jones as a rookie.
Yep.
As a rookie.
Man, that was a good year. He had a great freshman.
As a rookie, Ricardo Allen was going to show the world he's actually a pretty good free safety. Just Alfred.
It was set up. Well, Alfred. He probably one of the biggest reasons y'all lost.
God, the man caught that pick six, thought the game was over afterwards.
Yep. Edelman fucked them up the rest of the game.
God. 28-3. 28-3, and then you had a chance to make it 31 to whatever.
Yep.
And put it out of reach with Matt Bryant. Lord have
That's
mercy.
when it started to fall down.
Lord have mercy. Oh my God. That's got to be, personally, that's my personal biggest heartbreak, sports wise.
My personal biggest heartbreak just happened damn near a year ago. as a Georgia fan for many years.
For your 25 years of living?
My 25 years of living, I've probably been a Georgia fan. That's probably the only consistent team. Because I always have players that I'm a fan of. And I always cheer for their team. But sports team-wise, it's Georgia. That's the team I go to.
Right.
Georgia football is me. I'm a dog for life.
Oh.
Seeing Tua throw that pass after we sacked him the play before, and it was 2nd and 22, if I'm not mistaken. Parrish, the whole fucking game was fucking up. Number 14. I'll never forget.
He was getting his ass ate up the whole game.
The whole game.
Whole game.
Seeing Tua, a backup, man had played all year. Coming to the game and do that to us. Alabama is the equivalent of New England. We hate them.
And the Golden State Warriors.
And the Warriors. We hate them, but they good. Like once you get a chance to beat them, once you get them down like that, you cannot let them back in the game. And slowly but surely, they just kept creeping on back up. And I was like, what was I at? Damn, what's the name of that place?
You was at
Taco Mac.
Taco Mac. Yeah.
I was at Taco Mac, watching the game with some locals and a couple of beers. Had my Georgia apparel on.
Y'all was cheering.
There was probably 3 Alabama fans in there. And I don't know why they let them in there. As soon as he threw that pass and I saw it going in the air and I saw Smith running down the damn field, I was like, it's over with. I got up before he even caught the pass. I was like, it's over with. After he caught that pass, all I heard was glasses hitting the floor. Like, I was like, nah, I gotta get up out of here. I went home and I never forget. My dad was like, let me guess, they lost. I was like, Dad, they lost. I can't sit up and talk about it because I gotta go to work tomorrow. I was gonna be off work if they won the game, bro. I worked with UGA. They was gonna cancel work. That's heartbreak.
Yeah.
That's real heartbreak.
That's real heartbreak.
It's heartbreak.
And like, you really not supposed to take sports personal, but damn. Sports is the closest thing, in so much fakeness in today's society, sports is the closest thing to reality.
It is. Because sports, anybody can win.
Yeah. Now, do I believe sometimes there's some above powers that dictate the outcome?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
But sports is about as real as you can get. You can't really fake sports.
Nah.
It's hard to fake sports. So whenever that team you love loses,
that hurt.
It's hurt, man.
Man, it hurt.
Shout out to the Falcons. Shout out to the Hawks. Shout out to my Braves. Shout out to Atlanta United. Please stop letting me down. Can one of y'all win something, please? Please.
Shout out to the GOAT.
Win something for me. Jeez.
Shout out to the GOAT, LeBron.
Damn.
Shout out.
I need a ring.
To my Kentucky Wildcats. Go get that ring this year.
I need a ring.
Shout out to my Bulldogs. Shout out to my Panthers. Cam, get well.
Cam Newton.
Shout out to my Panthers. Get well, Cam.
God, man. Jeez, man. Dang. Lord have mercy. We covered a lot today.
We covered a lot. Oh, and for my responders on our Instagram, we're definitely gonna cover those topics.
Yeah,
coming real soon. We're gonna get to them.
Yep. We got, like I said, we got a lot of good guests that we're looking forward to.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about everything from interracial dating,
yep,
to single moms, to what it's like to, deal with a person that you are in a negative relationship with.
Yep.
Just importance of a lot of things that we're gonna cover. Just a lot of life aspects.
Exactly, and it's just a lot of self-reflection, and we want you guys to take what we're saying and just use it.
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to help someone out, because I know people that watch it.
Mm-hmm.
They always say, "Good, you did a good job.
Right.
You did a great job."
A lot of stuff.
I needed
a lot of stuff that we didn't think about.
That goes into it. Yeah.
As well, and it helps us too, just sitting back and reflecting on our lives.
Yep.
Being open and transparent, keeping it real and honest with you.
Yep.
it helps us too as well to make sure it keeps us humble.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And it shows a lot of growth and just personal reflection.
Right.
Be on the lookout for a special Valentine's Day episode. We're gonna show a lot. Got a couple of special guests.
Yeah.
So just stay tuned for that. And shoot, just comment. We're gonna have it.
Give us a follow.
Give us a follow.
Click the link above.
Yep. we're gonna have a lot. Just comment. Comment. Give us a lot of feedback.
Yep.
We value the feedback.
Gotcha. Got a lot of talented people coming on too as well in reference to music.
Yeah, man.
Gonna have an update just in regards to entertainment culture and video games coming up soon too as well.
Yep.
Like I said, we have a lot of talented friends, a lot of insightful friends, a lot of friends who done been through some things, a lot of friends who got experience that are going to be able to help and give more content, like I said, to you guys. Like I said, from single dads
for sure
to single moms, relationships a lot of people don't cover, and just giving advice on how to deal with a bad situation. So just all the above.
We just keeping it real, just giving you advice to keep pushing, man. Just keep pushing. Life is all about pushing.
Yeah, exactly. And be on the lookout for our all-stars.
Yep.
We got some of that coming from y'all soon. So appreciate y'all taking the time out to listen to us.
Yeah.
PK Power Hour.
Bro.
All right, man. I'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. We out.